Hey, you guys, this is Kelly once again. As you may or may not have noticed, I have taken somewhat of a hiatus from YouTube. Not because I don't care, but because the time to upload videos takes forever. So I'm doing this via StreamYard. I'm sorry if it sounds a little choppy in some parts, but in this video, I'm going to be talking about Roe versus Wade and how that affects literally everyone, not just the pro-lifers, those that believe that there is a baby in the womb when there's a heartbeat. Okay. What you are basically allowing Congress to do is take away your right to privacy between you and your doctor. You and your doctor discuss what's going on with you, whether it's your general health, whether it's your sex life, whether it's your family history, having hysterectomies, having tubal ligations, um, you know, that part of your life that gets stripped if you think it's okay to tell a woman, any woman, regardless of the color of her skin, where she comes from, what her size is. You're literally saying, hey, it's okay if you take away my right to doctor patient confidentiality, which means if you're with your doctor, if it's your family history, if it's your sex life, if it's your general health, um, your medical history with yourself, you're allowing that to be taken away. But my thing is, I'm pro choice. It is not my place to tell any woman, regardless of the color of her skin, her body type, where she comes from, her religious background, what she can and can't do with her body. Women have been at the forefront to fight alongside, working in the workplace among men, fighting for the right to vote, being on the front lines for the AIDS crisis in the 80s before my birth. We're basically taking a step back. The next thing they're going to go after is the LGBTQ plus community, which means they're going to take away gay marriage, sex relationships, consensual sexual relationships between two consenting adults. Um, they want to go after the indigenous children now. It's called the Indigenous Child Protection Act. And it states that CPS cannot physically remove a child without proof of abuse, whether that be physical, emotional, mental, or sexual. Now they want to throw that out the window and just remove every single indigenous child out of their home without any proof of anything. Um, this is where everything's headed. This is what George Carlin warned us about back in the 1990s. See, the thing is, people are willing to give a little bit of their freedom for a little bit of security. You want to take away a woman's right to choose, you're basically giving your right away to have your doctor client confidentiality stripped away from you. You're giving them, you're taking away the purpose for them to have safe abortions. If they have an comes with pregnancy, if the baby does not make it and they have to carry that baby full term, even though it's no longer living, they have to carry that baby full term. You want that to happen. You want these women that suffer like this to lose their life. Is that what I'm getting? Because if so, that is very sad. I understand that there are some that are religious. That's perfectly fine, but I have my opinions and you can have yours. They also want to go back to being segregated. Whites and blacks and mixed people don't get to sit together. That's what they want to do. They want to take all of that away. Because we work so hard to get where we're at when it comes to people of color, freedom of religion, all of that. All that's going to get taken away. That's where we're headed. These and people may look at me and go, "Kel, why don't you vote?" It's that simple. They don't care. They would rather line their pockets and make people have this belief or this hope of, oh, this politician is going to actually, carry out the values that I hold dear to me. They don't care. They sit here and they say, oh, I believe in God and I love my family and I'm a Christian. I live by God's word. But these are the same people that have extramarital affairs and secret kids behind their spouse's back, or they're in the closet and they're having to lead a double life because they don't want to be outed. It doesn't make any sense to me. Also, I also wanted to talk about the issue that was brought up within the MJ fan community in regards to Diana Ross and Michael Jackson. Diana Ross met Michael when he was 10 years old. Now, mind you, Michael had stated in a private phone conversation that he had to lie about his age. Say he was 8 when he was actually 9, 10 years old, going on 11. Actually going to be 11 years old. But that was how what he was taught going into the industry. You look younger than you actually are. Diana Ross was placed with Michael and some of his siblings. Well, he was placed with her and some siblings so that she could be the mother figure slash chaperone for him and his brothers, while him and his other siblings, Janet, Ruby, and Latoya, along with Mama Catherine, were in Gary, Indiana, so that they could move from Gary, Indiana to California. And that made Mama Catherine somewhat uncomfortable. I mean, he looked at Diana as a mother, lover, and friend. He was 10 years old, and as he got older, those feelings for her began to intensify. And once he became of age, there's rumors going around that him and Diana had some sort of romantic relationship, that he did lose his virginity to her. He knew that she was cheating on him with other men. He did buy her cars and jewelry and houses because he loved her and he wanted to keep her happy. But at the same time, he realized that it couldn't work. I mean, he was so smitten with her. And it broke his heart when he found out that she had married somebody else, because she made it seem like that she wanted to be with him. If you go and you listen to songs like Blue Gangster or I'm So Blue from the Bad album, those songs are about her. Those are about her. There's no coincidence. It's no, if you're an MJ fan and you've dug down the rabbit hole, you'll see that those songs are about her. Fans may say no, it's not true. Yeah, it is. Who else would the songs be about besides Diana Ross? I mean, he was smitten with her, and she made him believe that they had some sort of connection of sorts, and it didn't happen that way. I mean, they eventually saw each other on and off as friends, as former colleagues, being in the industry, but he had to let her go, and I think that killed him in some way emotionally, because he was so smitten with her and he would have done anything for her to keep her happy. um it's just real sad. I mean, he was so smitten with her. And I, I would also like to say that Michael was also friends with Donald Trump. Now, there's word going around on TikTok that somebody within that camp knew of his inner circle going after underage girls. And he knew about it, but he didn't stop them. One of them only served 90 days in jail. One of them did community service, no jail time. Fans are mad at Michael because they think that he knew about it and didn't do anything. The thing is, Michael and Donald were close friends during the bad, dangerous, and history eras. After that, Michael didn't really talk to Donald. I mean, I don't know what else to say. He knew, I mean, he was only, I wouldn't say he was close friends with Donald. He knew how Donald was, but he never kind of interacted with him after that time period because, Donald was going to do his own thing. Michael was busy raising his kids, trying to get himself resituated and do um the tour, This Is It tour. He didn't have contact with Donald. Him and Donald never talked thereafter, so they were never really close. This is known about him because he did this to Donald. He did this to P. Diddy. He did this to R. Kelly. He worked with R. Kelly twice. That was it. But after that, he never interacted with him again. I think Michael knew what Mr. R. Kelly was about. He, he knew, and he tried to keep his distance. And I also think, too, in some way, Michael tried to shield other kids from this same uncomfortable, eerie environment when it comes to the entertainment industry. I know um, he tried to protect Wade. His mom was like, I want to get Wade into the entertainment industry. I want to get him out there. I want him to be seen. I want him to be able to express himself any way he sees fit. And Michael's like, no, no. You need to make sure Wade goes to school. He has a regular life because being in this industry is not everything that it's cut out to be. It's not for kids. It's not safe. There's people out there that will hurt your child. I'm telling you right now, do not put your kid in the entertainment industry. Do not do it. I mean, Barbara Walters was like, Michael, what are you going to do if your child comes to you and says, I want to be in the entertainment industry? Michael looked at her and went, go. Do it better than I did. Prove them all wrong. I know you're going to have my last name. They're going to look at you and say, oh, just because you're Michael Jackson's kid, you're going to get, a free pass. No. Prince, Paris, and BG have all different lives they lead. Paris is an actress, a model, and singer. Prince Michael the First is he takes on his father's humanitarian efforts and helps those in need. BG, on the other hand, is low key. He does not want to be seen in public. He does not want cameras in his face. He does not want anything to do with the entertainment industry. He'd rather have it be low key, and that's his right to do that. Now I'm seeing a whole bunch of other TikToks where they say that that Prince, Paris, and BG are not his children. You go back and you look at pictures of Michael when he was a youngster, 9, 10 years old. He's got all of his kids have that smile. You take a side by side picture of him when he's an adult, a young adult. His kids have his smile. His eldest son has his skin condition. They look like him. You're gonna sit here and tell me, oh, Michael used somebody else's sperm to have a child. What's that got to do with anything? This man raised those kids from the time they came out of the womb. He knew. He knows that he knows they're his. The kids know that he is dad. What's skin color got to do with it? Just because they're mixed? Their mother was white. Her daddy was a black man. He had vitiligo. Matter of fact, Prince Michael the First has it. You go back and you look at pictures of Prince Michael when he's 12, 13 years old. There's a spot on his armpit where he's got discoloration. He's got blotches just like his dad. You mean to tell me that those kids aren't Michael's? How many times are we going to have to deal with this? Because this has been ongoing. We've been dealing with this since before he died. This has been an ongoing thing. When's it going to stop? When's it going to stop? Because this is absolutely ridiculous. Craziness. Anyway, I'm off for now. I did this because had I done it the other way, trying to record a video and try to load it, it would take hours to load. So from now on, anything I do video-wise is going to be recorded via StreamYard and then be loaded to my main YouTube channel. Alright? Thanks. Bye.